Senator Dan Coates of Indiana, a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Sir, it's good to have you on with me.
Thank you.
And in reference to the leak specifically by Edward Snowden, you said what he did, quote, borders on treason. What do you think should happen to Snowden?
I think he should be extradited back to the United States for criminal trial. He took a sworn oath not to release classified information when he took the job. He also has greatly exaggerated what has been said, but much of it has been damaging, and lives will be lost as a result of that, I believe. And I think this is someone that needs to come before the justice system to account for what he's done.
Senator, you wrote a Wall Street Journal op-ed titled "To My Congressional Colleagues, Stop the NSA Grandstanding." Explain what you mean by that.
Well, all I'm simply asking my colleagues to do is get the facts before they come to a conclusion. You know, there's been a trust deficit here based on the IRS scandal, Benghazi, a narrative changing all the time, the Attorney General's situations, and I think the American people just have lost a lot of trust in government in terms of what government does. This program does not violate their privacy. This program is layered with oversight. I'm on the Intelligence Committee, but it's not just me. It's the administration, it's the FISA court. We're looking at this carefully to protect Americans' privacy. But this program has saved lives, it has stopped terrorist attacks, but some are taking advantage of it politically, basically saying government is in your bedroom, government can listen to everything that you say. These are not the facts of this case. I think the President has outlined, to his credit, what is and what's done and what isn't done, and hopefully we can stay with the exact details of the program rather than exploit it for political purposes.
Sir, you certainly recognize, though, that there is a catch-22 that has evolved out of this debate, and not just from the fact that we need our government to prove the fact that they're not doing anything illegal and that we can trust them, but also in the fact that with Snowden's reveals, to give that evidence to the public, to recognize any type of constitutional court challenge, he has to break the law to do that. But for the public to get that type of information, to then run it up the chain judicially, it does break a law. So there is a catch-22. For us to recognize and then flesh this out, we need people like a Snowden to leak this information so the American people can know what our government is doing. Because we're not going to learn it from the FISA courts.
Listen, Snowden could have gone to the Inspector General. He could have come to any member of Congress, any member of the Intelligence Committee, whether it's a Democrat or Republican, and basically said, I'm very concerned about this. Are you looking into it? What are the details here? Instead, he goes public to the world, and I guess who else is listening? Our enemies are listening, the terrorists who now know how we do this. It compromises our ability to stop future attacks, and it puts Americans at risk. We have to find this balance between privacy and which I think is in this program. It's built in the program. The President supports it on that basis, as do many Republicans and Democrats who have seen the details of this program. But we also have to recognize that we are at war. People are trying to kill us, and to the extent that we can stop these threats, as we now have done in over 50 cases, we need to keep doing that.
Senator Dan Coates of Indiana. Sir, thanks for joining me this morning.
Sure
I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right.